Everyone, in about 6 to 9 months, if you want to be doing this right here, then today is the day to start getting your garlics planted. So in this video, I'm going to show everything I do, complete planting guide for garlic. Let's do it. Okay, so right off the bat, what do you need? You need to get your garlic. Whether you get it from a store, which I have done, and it has grown, or you order it from a seed company like Baker Creek or M.I. Gardner or wherever. Either way, get your garlic. Now, you need to know which garlics are good for your zones, where you live. Once you have figured out the garlic that you're gonna grow, the next thing to do is to look at your garden and determine where you want your garlic to grow. Now, this is really, really important because garlic takes 6 to 9 months to grow. So wherever you plant your garlic, you need to be thinking, I know it's only October right now, but you need to be thinking, hey, what am I going to do for my spring crops? Do I need this section of my garden for spring crops? If you do, find a different place for your garlic, because once you plant it, you've got to leave it alone and let it do its thing. So my advice is to really, really start thinking forward on just what you're going to do in spring, and make sure that where you plant your garlic now, you don't need that area of the garden then. Okay, so one thing I like to do is I don't like to keep planting the same crops in the same area over and over again. One, it depletes the nutrients of that area. Even if you amend, it's still depleting to a point. But two, if you have insects that are attacking certain crops, you don't want to keep planting in those areas. So last year I planted the garlic right there where these okras are right now. And I had wireworm issues. Not really bad, but I had wireworms. So we are going to move the garlic to a different area. And I've thought about this for spring, and I don't want to do any garlic out that way at all. I don't want to do it in this bed. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put the garlic over here. Garlic's going to go right there where I already have the garlic. And the reason for this is twofold. One, I've never had garlic in this bed, and I really think it's going to do good right here. And two, because I've never had garlic in this bed, I shouldn't have any wireworm issues in this soil. So that should help. So that should totally help these bulbs grow. Okay, so a third reason to put them here is I already have a really good irrigation system set up here. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to plant the garlics where they're near or under these drip hoses, these drip holes. They're going to be spaced out a little too far, so I will come back in and actually put in a sprinkler system right in here to keep everything good and wet. But this is my thought process today, October 1st. Once you have everything figured out where you're going to put everything, now it's time to get the bulbs ready. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, when you're handling the garlic, what you want to do is take the paper off, but not all the way down to the bulb. You just want to expose it enough, like that, right there. That's perfect. So you're going to do that for all of your garlics that you're going to put in the ground. At least this is what I do, and I've never had any issues with any of my garlic growing, to be completely honest. Like, no issues at all. Remember, do not go all the way down to the garlic bulb itself. Just take the excess paper off. Just like that. So it looks like I'm gonna have 5 good elephant garlic bulbs to plant, which will go right here. Now, when you order garlic from a seed company, they come like this, fully, all the way in a clove. All you need to do, break them down like that, and then break them down. That's all you have to do for all of them. Now, I have a lot of garlic here, so I'm really excited to get these planted. Once you've separated all the garlic from the cloves and now they're all individual, now what I like to do is I like to lay them out and kind of get an idea of where I'm going to put each of the bulbs, just to make sure that I have room. And then I'm going to do one more trick once I put them into the ground. something like this. As you can see, I have everything laid out right here. Got the elephant garlic over here, the Chinese pink garlic right here, and the Transylvania garlic over in this section. Now, this is something I do with every seed that I plant. I will add a bone meal and blood meal mixture to the bottom of every hole that I put any seed in, period. What that does is it helps the roots and the stalk of the plant. Just gives it a little extra help to get going. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, get these all planted in, and then we're done, y'all. But I have one more thing to explain that's super, super important when it comes to planting garlic. Okay, as you can see, garlic has a point and has a flat end. You want the point or the pointy side to the sky. So the pointed side goes up, the flat side where the roots are going to come out goes down. You do not want to plant them upside down. So make sure when you're planting your garlic, you're taking your time and you're making sure that every single clove that you put in the ground, the pointy side is to the sky, the flat side is down to the ground. So now that I've explained how to plant the bulbs, how far down do we go? About a half an inch to an inch. You don't need to go super deep in the soil. You just need to get it down about a half an inch is about what I do, and half an inch to an inch. And I've never had any issues at all with planting my garlic. Okay, so garlic is all planted. Now, one thing I did change, as you notice at the very beginning, I started putting the bone meal and the blood meal in each hole individually. Y'all, there's over 100 cloves out here. That would have taken me forever if I did it individually. So there are occasions where I'll do what I just did. I'll just dust the entire area. It's fine because the bone meal and the blood meal get down in the hole. And then once I smooth everything over, whatever's on top of the ground, it's just gonna get seeped down into the soil once I water it in. So either way, it's a win-win. It's kind of like an amending of the soil, just I wasn't expecting to do it. But with gardening, everything is constantly changing. So what you think at 8 o'clock in the morning by 8:05 can be completely different. So you got to be flexible with gardening for sure. Okay, so now all the garlic is planted, it's all done. The only thing I have left to do is water it in, and then these crops are ready to just rock and roll through the winter. Now the one thing to remember, again, you're not going to be using that area for anything in spring. So I know I've already covered this once, but that is an important thing to really, really, really think about. Where you want to place your garlic and whether or not it's going to affect what you plan to grow in the spring. All right, everyone, that's all I got for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and you learned something from it, please share it with a friend, a neighbor, a fellow gardener, just pretty much anyone. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate you all joining all of us on this journey of gardening together. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless. Get out in your gardens, continue to shine bright and harvest hard. I'll talk to y'all again real soon.